Hi, welcome back. In this lesson, I will explain how attackers target passwords and why stolen credentials are one of the most powerful tools in cyber attacks. We all know that password protects access to systems, accounts, and data, and understanding how they are compromised would help us to explain many real-world breaches. So let's get right into it. The first question I will ask you is, why are passwords targeted? Passwords remain a primary target for attackers because passwords protect most online accounts. Many users reuse the same passwords, and weak passwords are still very common despite the awareness and several warnings over the internet. Lastly, stolen credentials have high value. They can sell it for money. The next question I'll ask is, what is a password attack? Password attacks aim to gain unauthorized access. So I can say a password attack is any attempt to obtain login credentials. It can be technical or non-technical. It is often the first step in larger attacks, and successful attacks enable account takeover. The third question, what are the common password attack types that we have? There are several common ways passwords are attacked. The first one is brute force attacks. The second one is password spraying. The third one is credential stuffing, and the phishing-based password theft. Now let's pick them one after the other. Let's start with brute force attacks. Brute force attacks rely on repeated guessing. They try many password combinations. They use automated tools. One of the tools they can use is Bob Suite. Also, they work best against weak passwords, and they are limited by lockout controls. Next one we'll select is password spraying. Password spraying targets many users at once. It uses commonly chosen passwords, and one password is tested across many accounts. It avoids triggering account lockouts, and it is very effective in organizations. The next one we'll talk about is credential stuffing. Credential stuffing exploits password reuse. It uses leaked username and password pairs. It relies on people using passwords. It is highly automated, and it succeeds at large scale. Now let's consider the next password attack type, and that is phishing and password theft. Phishing bypasses technical defenses. Fake login pages can be used. Users are tricked into entering their credentials. Password strength does not help in this case because this is something that is non-technical. Do not forget that they are tricking the users now, so it's not about password complexity. And lastly, a single click can expose access. And this is where user training or human training comes in. Now let's consider where stolen passwords can come from. Attackers collect credentials from many sources. It could be through data breaches that expose login details. It could be malware and keyloggers that have already captured passwords. It could be phishing campaigns that have harvested credentials, and it could be insecure storage that leaked sensitive data. The next question I'll ask is, why do password attacks work? Human behavior plays a major role in this. People reuse passwords. A lot of people do this. Convenience is chosen over security. People just want to set password or use something that is convenient for them or something they can easily remember. They do not want stress. Multi-factor authentication is often missing, and we have several systems across the globe right now that are still not using multi-factor authentication. Lastly, password hygiene is very poor. Even for those whose passwords are complex, they can just save it anywhere and it can be gotten easily. What are the impacts of compromised passwords? Stolen credentials enable serious damage. So the impacts are: accounts can be taken over, financial fraud may occur, data breaches can follow, and attackers may move laterally within systems. By now, you should be used to the fact that whatsoever we learn, we have to connect it to the pillars of cybersecurity, which is the CIA triad. So let's now consider password attacks and the CIA triad. Credential compromise affects core security goals, that is the CIA triad. Confidentiality can be broken through unauthorized access. Integrity can be affected through data changes. Availability can be disrupted through misuse. And password attacks often lead to larger incidents. How do we then defend against password attacks? Strong habits reduce credential risk. We can use strong and unique passwords. This can help in defending against the attacks. Also, we can use password manager to help maintain security. Also, systems should implement multi-factor authentication. This will add another layer of protection. and we should be monitoring and detecting misuse. Let's now consider why MFA changes everything. Multi-factor authentication reduces attack successes because it adds an extra verification layer, it reduces the value of stolen passwords, it stops most automated attacks, and it provides a major security improvement. So what have we learned in this lesson? We have highlighted why passwords remain very risky. We have seen that passwords are a major attack target. We've also learned that many attacks rely on human behavior. Password reuse creates significant risk. That's another thing we've learned. And lastly, we've seen that strong habits and multi-factor authentication are very critical. As usual, let's take a test. The question says, why are stolen passwords such a powerful tool for attackers? Pause the video, read through the options, pick an answer, drop that in the comments, then come back to play the video. And what's your answer? The correct answer is C. Because stolen credentials enable unauthorized access, account takeover, and often serve as the first step in larger attacks. That's all for this video, and if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that now, as we have more amazing videos to drop in the future, and it's best to be among the first set of people that will get notifications once those videos are dropped. Also, like, share, and drop a comment on what you've learned in this lesson. Thank you so much, and see you in the next lesson.